So it looks like gun ranges all over the country are shutting down right now. Here in Washington, our governor's given us stay-at-home orders, and add insult to injury, all public lands that we would normally go shooting at outdoors are off limits and closed down. Another high point currently is that people are hoarding ammo. If you can find it, it is sometimes 2, 3, 4 times the price that it normally should be. For those of us that enjoy spending our spare time shooting, it's a real shitstorm out there right now. But you know what? You really should just make the best of it. It doesn't matter if you're one of the millions of people that just bought your first gun because of this COVID-19 madness, or if you've been shooting your whole life. We can all take advantage of this situation and get a little practice in at home. I'm going to leave a couple links below. If you use those links before you do your shopping, it supports this channel, which I greatly appreciate. Right now, with everything that's going on, it's getting harder and harder to be able to pump out new content in a reasonable amount of time. In the last video, I briefly touched on new gun owners and their comfort level with concealed carry. If you're new, this video is definitely for you. So what we're going to do is go over some dry fire practice that all of us can do at home. Regardless of if you're a brand new gun owner or you've been concealed carrying, all this time that we have on our hands, all this time that we're supposed to shelter in place, you might as well get something out of it and get some training in. Okay, so the biggest thing when you're doing any dry fire practice is going to be safety. Start by rounding up any ammo that you have around the house and locking it up. You know, if your gun safe's not big enough to lock it all in there, that's fine. Round it all up, pick a room to put it in, and stay out of that room. You're going to want to check, double check, and triple check to make sure that your magazines and your gun are not loaded with any live ammo. Really important. Hopefully you found a holster you like, because the whole point here is controlled and safe simulation of real-world use. Now we can stand here all day long aiming at random objects in the room and just pulling the trigger over and over and over again. The problem is that that's not going to increase your skill level at all, and it's certainly not going to help your comfort when it comes to your abilities with drawing from concealed carry. Alright, so for today's demo, I am wearing the Blue Alpha Gear Hybrid EDC belt. I've got the Spider Concealment Appendix rig and the trusty old Floyd's Custom M&P. Now I have checked and rechecked several times. My mag's completely empty. I've got no live rounds in the room at all. That's very important. Don't forget to double check, triple check, quadruple check, whatever. For my target, I have a sticky note with a 1-inch circle that's across the wall, right about eye level. Now these drills are great if you've recently switched over to a red dot and you're having some trouble finding the dot, or if you just want to get better at coming out from the draw or finding your iron sights. Whatever the case may be, dry fire drills are the best. They don't cost you anything. You can do them at home. You don't have to go anywhere. First things first, like I said, I have checked multiple times to make sure that everything is unloaded. So basically what we're going to do is a few repetitions, slow and precise, of the actual draw, pressing out and aiming. First step is to clear your cover garment. Today, what I'm wearing is just a t-shirt, but I like to do these drills with all types of things. I'll throw a jacket on, I'll put a hoodie on, whatever the case may be, because I want to be comfortable no matter what I'm wearing, that I know I'm going to be able to get my pistol and get it on target. So we're going to go ahead and clear the cover garment, get a nice secure grip. We're going to go ahead and pull it out to meet the other hand. We're going to go ahead and drive it out, take our shot. All right, pretty easy. While you're doing this, you're going to want to make sure you keep your eye on your target. You're not watching your pistol as it's coming up. We're going to ingrain that movement, hand to pistol, up and out to target, without actually looking at the pistol, because that's wasted time, it's wasted energy. So again, nice and slow, we're going to clear the cover garment, we're going to get our hand on the pistol, we're going to bring it up to meet our other hand, we're going straight out to the target, and we're pulling the trigger. One thing to note there, when I actually grab for the pistol, that finger is pointed straight down. when I draw it, the finger is still straight. Okay, my finger is not going to come anywhere near that trigger until we're on our way out. Okay, once we're on our way out, we're getting ready to pull that trigger. Now, one more time, we've got empty mag, empty gun, we're safe. We're gonna go ahead and clear the cover garment, grab the gun, bring it up, press out, squeeze the trigger. Now, if you find when you press out, you're way the hell off target, that's fine, make a fine adjustment. This is where we learn what exactly we're doing wrong when we draw and press out on the target. Okay, we're gonna do it again. I'm gonna look straight at my target. I'm gonna clear my cover garment as I grab my gun. I'm gonna bring it up to meet my support hand. Finger is off the trigger. I'm going to go to the trigger as I press out and then take my shot. Okay, now every single time that you do your dry fire, you're gonna wanna make sure that your weapon is clear. Now I know I've taken all my ammo and I've stashed it in another room somewhere. I don't have any ammo in here. Everything's safe, but safety is key. So check your mag, check your weapon, put it back in the holster, wash, rinse, repeat. Clear the cover garment, grab the gun, up to the support hand, out, fire. So I know my weapon's clear. I've got no ammo anywhere. Last time, I'm watching the target. I'm pulling up my cover garment as I'm grabbing my gun, going to the support hand, pressing out, taking my shot. Each step, nice and slow, nice and fluid. Speed it up as you go, as you start to feel more comfortable. The main thing is, over time, you want to make sure that when you press out on the target, you're actually aiming at the target. I know this seems stupid, but that's what we're here to do, is make sure that in a crisis situation, we can get to our gun, we can get it out on target, and we're ready to go. We don't need to sit there and fumble around with sight adjustment. Now, the more you do this, the more you're going to notice that it gets smoother every time. It's going to get more fluid. You're going to notice that the amount of adjustment needed during each step of the process is going to get less and less as you go. After a while, you're going to notice that when you actually press out on your target, you're going to be on target, if not extremely close to it. Dry fire drills help build your confidence. They help you practice things like keeping your finger away from the trigger so that you're not accidentally discharging your firearm when pulling it from the holster. Dry fire drills help you figure out small adjustments your holster might need. They may even help you figure out that the holster that you got isn't quite for you. And the more comfortable that you start feeling through this practice, the more you can actually start speeding up your movements and refining those movements so that you are faster off the draw than you were when you got started. This is going to help quite a bit in a real world situation, because if you actually have to grab for your gun, you're not going to fumble for it. Another drill I like to practice at home is dry fire reloads. For this, I'm going to use these snap caps. Now, this is basically training ammo. It's not live. It's basically to simulate having actual ammunition in your magazine. So one problem with practicing reloads on an empty magazine is that when you go ahead and do your reload, the slide is going to lock back. So I go ahead, I do my mag change, I go to rack the slide, and the slide stays open. Now clearly it's not safe to use live ammunition for mag change practice, especially when you're just sitting at home in your living room. So that's where snap caps come in. These are painted bright orange. It is very easy to tell that they're not live ammo. We're going to go ahead and put one in the magazine. Okay. When I do my magazine reload, I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to rack the slide back, and it's going to go ahead and work just like normal. Okay, so again, same thing as before. This is all safety, okay? Got nothing in the gun. I've got an empty mag. That's going in the holster. I've got my spare mag with one bright orange snap cap. I know that it's not live ammo because it's bright orange. It looks like a damn Nerf gun. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to look at my target. I'm going to clear my cover garment, grab my gun, meet my support hand, go to the trigger as I press out, take my shot. Except this time, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop the magazine. As I bring my gun back in, I'm gonna get my spare mag in, rack it, push back out, take my second shot. Now, this is empty, the snap cap is in here, right here. We're gonna go ahead and grab our other magazine off the floor. Empty, empty, back in the holster. Training round is going back in the spare, which is going back in the mag carrier. This is all repetition. I'm looking at my target, clearing my cover garment, getting my gun, meeting my support hand, going out to target, taking my shot, dropping my magazine, bringing it in, cycling, going back out, taking my shot. We're gonna check to make sure that that is empty. Gun is empty. It's going back in the holster, back in the mag carrier. Same thing. Let's do it again. We're gonna just keep doing the same thing all day long, because what else are we gonna do? Nobody can leave the house. You can't go shopping. You can't go to work. You can't go to the damn gravel pit or the shooting range. Instead, you're gonna sit at home and you're gonna train because something may happen someday and you wanna be prepared. We're gonna look at the target. We're gonna clear that cover garment, go for the gun, bring it to the support hand, fingers off the trigger. We're going to push out as we take the trigger, take our shot, drop the mag, grab the fresh one, rack it, take our second shot. Now, practicing mag changes is gonna speed up your mag changes. It's gonna make it a lot more smooth, but it's also going to reinforce positive safety habits. There's a lot of benefit in practicing mag changes, and it doesn't matter if the majority of your shooting is self-defense, range shooting, or competition use. Everybody can benefit from practice. Again, start slow, concentrate on the mechanics and safe movements. Make safety the absolute priority in any practice work that you do at home. Speed up the drills as you start getting a little bit more comfortable, but don't rush yourself. We've all got a lot of time on our hands for this stuff right now.